Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We are gathering you here today to tell you a little bit more about the wonders of projectile motion. Projectile motion in its simplest form is a form of motion in which a particle is moving through a plane and the only force acting upon it is the force of gravity. Fun stuff.
Projectile motion encompasses many things from everyday life. Everything from throwing a football to being shot out of a cannon. That's the example we're going to talk about today, is a man being shot out of a cannon. For this example, we're going to assume that the object is a point mass, which means we are not accounting for rotation. We're also going to be neglecting air resistance.
In our example, we're going to be looking at two different things. We can use physics to find the maximum height that the man reaches, and also to figure out where we need to place the net, which is important if you don't want the guy to get injured. That would cause for a scary circus event. So, in projectile motion, there's two different factors, which would be horizontal motion and vertical motion. And we've written down the equations on the board, as you can see. And for horizontal motion, we know that it is a constant velocity due to Newton's first law that objects in motion stay in motion.
In this problem, we are assuming that the initial velocity that the guy is shot out of the cannon is 30 meters per second, and that the cannon is positioned at a 45-degree angle with the ground. We are also assuming that the net down here at the end is the same height as the height that the man leaves the cannon. So that way we don't have to calculate any vertical displacement. So what we're solving for is the position of the net. Want to make sure it's in the right spot so this guy doesn't break his tailbone or worse. First of all, we have our free body diagram over here, and this just shows that the only force acting on the man as he flies through the air is the force of gravity. And that's what shows up right here is mass times gravity.
First thing we need to do to be able to solve this equation is figure out the total time that the man is in the air. To do this, we know that when y is maximum, the velocity is 0. So we got to find the initial velocity in the y component. By doing that, we do the sine of 45 times 30 meters per second. That gives us 21.213 meters per second. Like I said, we know that velocity of y max is 0. And so we plug it into this formula right here, which gives us a time for when the man is at y max. And that time would be 2.16 seconds. And we know that this time right here is half of the total time. Therefore, we take that 2.16 seconds, multiply it by 2, gives us our total time the man is in the air at 4.32 seconds.
So, using what we found in the last step, we can actually solve the equation now. Basically, we can use this equation, which is x equals x naught plus v naught x times t. And we know that x naught equals 0 because he's starting at a height of 0. We know that v naught x is cosine 45 times 30, which equals 21.213 meters per second. Like we found in the last problem, t equals 4.32 seconds. So, when you plug that all in, the magic number comes out to be 91.64 meters, which, if you didn't know that, is just over a football field. Very interesting, huh?
Well, thanks for hanging with us today. Hope you guys learned something.
I know we learned a lot.
Oh yeah.
We learned that knowing how to understand projectile motion can help save lives of a stuntman or somebody else flying through the air. Have a nice day.